In CSGO, information is everything. Without information, you're basically playing the game blind. Today, I'm going to be talking about how you can up your comm game from noob to pro in just a few easy steps. But before I get into that, let's talk about why this skill is undervalued by too many and how it can make a big difference. So, why are you missing out? What is so important about comms anyway? You may be asking, Goosebreeder, why do I need to communicate if I can just pew-pew their heads? I can comm A and B just fine. Good comms doesn't just benefit your teammates, it also benefits you as well. If you can communicate efficiently and effectively, people can pick up on what you want a lot quicker, and it just ensures that your play or your setup will go well, which equals more frags for you and more frags for the homies. You're also removing guessing from the equation and leaving less room for errors and confusion that could have been avoided altogether with just better comms. We've all been guilty of thinking others can read our minds, and at one point or another, we've all been frustrated wondering, what is our teammate doing? But with a little bit of effort in improving your comms, we can avoid a lot of these mistakes altogether. To be a great player in CS, you have to be able to do a lot at once. With training, communicating can become seamless, like riding a bike. Communicating effectively and efficiently can reduce the mental strain it takes to pick up on what you're saying. It can also reduce the effort it takes to communicate your message, freeing up more of your mental capacity to focus on things like your crosshair, sound cues, or making good decisions. Let's think of your brain as a car. The more you communicate ineffectively and inefficiently, the quicker you're burning through your fuel. If all you had to do was communicate, it wouldn't be an issue. But you also need fuel to focus on everything else that makes a great CS player. By communicating efficiently, you will have more energy left over to focus on your crosshair, decision making, and etc. And by communicating effectively, you will also reduce the wasted energy from others to process your comms. Both will lead to better performance of yourself and those around you. Not to mention countless mistakes that could have been prevented with just a little bit of effort into communicating. Imagine you have a teammate nearby. Instead of challenging a player 1v1, you communicate to your teammate, peek with me, 3, 2, 1, and you both swing. This happens at all levels, from your level 10 face-up pug to high level play. You see your teammate scaling. You have a smoke and a flash. Instead of offering your utility, you let them peek into their deaths. Simply saying, pause, I'll smoke con and flash your jungle, would set your team up for success. Now that we went over the why, let's get into the juice. So, what type of comms do we have anyway? Well, I'm glad you asked. We have info giving and we have action-oriented comms. And in both aspects, you have giving and receiving. You can give info or you can ask for info. And you can make an actionable comm or you can ask for an action. To master the basics of comms, here is 3 easy steps that we can build upon to help us with info-oriented comms. The 3 rules are numbers, location, and painting the picture. With numbers, you're specifying how many. With location, you're specifying where. With paint the picture, you're describing briefly the bigger picture. Not all comms will have each rule. Think of it more as a priority in order and a guideline to better comms. In some examples, painting the picture might be the first thing you technically comm since it's the first thing you see. In the future, I'll cover more advanced topics and we'll use today's video as the foundation. Now that we covered our basics and info-oriented comms, let's get into action-oriented comms. So what is an actionable comm? Actionable comms is saying something that will create an action from you or your teammates. This is very important and often something from my experience can heavily influence your team play and chances of winning. It can be the difference between being a sitting duck and being a step ahead, between confusing comms and clear, precise comms. An actionable comm can be specifying who you want to take the action alongside what you want to happen. When specifying who, this could be a specific person, a bomb site, the pack or wings, or the whole team. When specifying the action, it could be anything from a flash to specifying the movement you want or the action you want to take. Using our foundation, we can think of actionable comms as an ice cream sandwich. Our foundation is the ice cream and the chocolate wafer is the actionable. If the actionable is premeditated, then it can come before or on top. If not, then it comes after, the bottom. An example would be when shit's hitting the fan. Your comms won't go from 0 to 100 overnight. But with a little bit of effort, you can quickly improve on this skill just by following our 3 easy steps and the ice cream sandwich. Comms can be the make or break of a high-performing team. When I reflect on my own team, I often notice that the days we're playing really well our comms are flowing. And it's just no coincidence. I hope this video was helpful to you. I'll be releasing more advanced topics in the future, so make sure to stay tuned. And if you like this video, make sure to comment below and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe.